Your inner critic is protecting you, but what if it's actually keeping you small? You know, the voice in our head that never shuts up, always warning us to be cautious, judging, overanalyzing. It tells us that it's protecting us. But what if it's here to just keep us small? Today, in this video, if we're going to pull back on the curtain on this protector that lives in our heads and see if it's actually serving us or is it actually sabotaging your potential? We all know that voice, the voice that says, don't mess up, don't fail, be reasonable, don't aim too high. That's here to protect us. It sounds reasonable because it's trying to protect us from pain, failure, embarrassment, and in some ways it is, right? It started maybe as a protector when we were a very young child because you were not ready back then maybe to deal with the heaviness of failure and pain and embarrassment. So it had to be there to protect you. But what if something that started as a protector is now putting us in a prison, right? What if it's not caution, but it's control, which is disguised as fear in the background with a mask on? So where does this protector come from? Maybe somewhere in the past, maybe someone, made fun of us when we were younger. Somebody made fun of us in public. We got punished for being ourselves and being authentic, and something bad happened. And that time, our mind decided this is very bad and it should not happen ever again. And that's when the inner critic gets born. It learned that through fear, we can keep ourselves safe. If we stay small, we can be accepted and not be disliked. Self-doubt keeps us humble. We made these decisions at a young age when we faced failure. The problem is these rules were written by a younger version of you and me, which was years ago. They worked back then to keep us safe, but they're actually destroying our life and our potential right now because fear doesn't protect you anymore. It actually just limits you. You have outgrown your inner protector and guard. It hasn't realized that you're not a small child or who is helpless anymore. You are a big adult who can take decisions to change their life. But that inner critic trying to protect you is actually limiting you. Every time that critic speaks, it sounds very rational, right? Be careful, you're not ready. Why don't you play safe? But here's the hidden cost of that safety. There's a lot of missed opportunities. It's creative paralysis where you can't do anything. And it's quite resentment because you're not doing what you need to do. So you slowly start avoiding risk. Not because you can't handle it, but because your inner voice or my inner voice has convinced us that we can't. So slowly we stop trusting our own instincts. And this constant judgment that we do to ourselves with this inner critic, it eats away at our confidence, really. Because it makes us overthink every single little thing, Everything at work, relationships, our dreams, we start questioning everything. So we technically get very scared and start playing defense in a game that was supposed to be played with our heart open with offense. Right? That's what life is about. It's not to be played with in a defense mentality. And as soon as you realize it's not actually the world holding you back, it's actually your own voice, that's when things change. Because you realize the truth is that comfort zone, as comfortable as it looks, is not here to keep us, become successful. It's there to just keep us safe, but also at the same time, very small. The goal is not to kill your inner critic. You actually cannot. And actually you should not, because it's really your inner child. The voice still carries a survival instinct that you need. It just needs to be retrained, reparented, and technically just needs a new job description, right? So instead of fighting it, next time you have a bad thought of that inner critic, start listening with curiosity. My inner voice says, you're not ready. I should ask, hey, okay, that's fine. Thank you for telling me. What are you really afraid of? And that way we can uncover little things. When it says, hey, don't try this is risky. You can say, hey, thanks for the warning, but I got this. You retrain your inner critic. Instead of silencing it, you start understanding it and evolve past it. And that moment, fear stops being an enemy and actually becomes a teacher. So how do you really build a relationship with yourself then in a new way? We start with awareness. Notice when that voice shows up. Notice when that inner critic shows up in our work, in our bodies, in our emotions, in our relationships. And every time it shows up, let's not judge it. Let's just rename it. Bring some compassion and then talk to yourself like a friend would, who's scared. How would you talk to a scared friend who's not broken but scared right now? So finally, from comfort, we move to courage. Every single day, we can take a small step that our inner critic is very scared to take. And that way we can evolve past it. Every time we speak up, we create, we maybe fail, but if we keep getting up and repeat, we are rewiring our brain. And despite the noise, we are rewiring our confidence. So slowly we stop needing permission from our fears, and instead we start taking guidance from our courage. So is your inner critic really protecting you? Maybe once it was when you were younger, but now it's time to thank it and take back the wheel of your life in your own control. Because life isn't meant to be lived in a defense mode, right? We were built to expand and move forward and live open, right? We don't need to silence our inner critic. Instead, we need to teach it, to retrain it, to serve our growth instead of listening to our fear. And we realize we're not broken. We just need a different kind of protection. Instead of that inner critic pretending to protect you, we use the new weapon of self-trust as our new protection. And that way we can shine. So if you like the video, please share with someone you think can get help from this. And thanks for tuning in on these videos. I will keep bringing them every single week. If you want to evolve your heart, open up your heart and find your new genuine, authentic confidence in who you are so you can chase your dreams and become a powerful person, then you are at the right spot. This is Feeling Man. And this is Shay signing off. Until the next time.